my friends. Hi guys, comments as per usual. There we go. Hello my friends. Hi Michelle. Hi guys, thank you for joining me. Instagram. Get you a little over here till we start the project. Guys, thank you so much for joining me. When you join, just say hi to me. Hi Vera. Hi Yvonne. Hi my chats. So my biggest fan is for a change at my place. So he's sitting right across here on my settee, as he's on holiday, so to say. So he's over here. Hallo Ute. Hi Anja. Schön, dass ihr alle da seid. Thank you guys. Hi Jill for joining me. For those who don't know me, my name is Angela. I'm the owner and creative energy from Elfen and Helden. I'm a primary retailer for Dixon Gray over here in Frankfurt in Germany. Yeah, welcome to Germany. It is 9 p.m. already over here. So wherever you join me, just let me know what time it is. If it's good morning or good afternoon to you, and where you join me from. If you haven't done it yet, guys, please pop over to my page, leave me a like there to see more of my work. I do quite a few lives in English and also some in German. So I'll be very happy if you follow me. Hi, guys. Hallo, Sabine. Hi, Sabine. Oh, sorry. That sounds pretty German. So watching from Canada, Ontario. So that's great. Thank you for joining. Guys, tonight we are starting this cute little table, which is, I like it a lot. It's very, very sweet still. This was very shiny. It was like, it is wood, but it was had like a very shiny top coat. So what I've done to it, I just, sort of just scuff sanded, and then I discovered when I scuff sanded it, hi Anna, that this is a bleeder also. So this has been bossed with Boss Clear also to prevent any bleed through. So for those who don't know, Boss is like a stain blocker and a smell, smell blocker. So that's handy for all the woods which bleed, or if you have like a piece which is very smelly from a household where they've been smoking or something like that. So hi Christina. So guys, I'm so happy you're all there with me. This is actually one of those things where I was like, oh, which colors should I use, and what should I do with it? It's like loads of ideas, and I just couldn't decide. So at the end, I'm deciding I definitely want to use one of the new transfers by Dixie Belle, which is like the Cacti and Succulents, which is very, very pretty. It's very sweet. Only a couple of items from it, but I like, all those purpley, and pinky things on there. So we're going to use a couple of those on top. I also want to use some of the some Crackle, because I want to have it a little bit worn out. I have lots of ideas in my head, and sometimes I change my mind during the process, but this is what I have in mind. The colors I'm going to use, the main colors are going to be Mason Dixon Gray, which is a gray with a slight purpley undertone. So I always call it a very clean gray. You have dirty grays, and this is, for me, is a pretty fresh, clean gray, if you can say that. I'm going to use blueberry, and I'm going to use fluff just to blend it a little bit into each other. And the base, which is going to pop through this is basically the top coat, and the base, which is going to pop through with the Crackle underneath, is going to be the Rustic Red. The reason I've chosen Rustic Red, because if you look at that, I just unwrapped those transfers. Whoops, stay with me. Unwrap it and throw everything. So those are actually the bits I'm thinking of using, those flowers here, or succulents. And if you look at those edges, they have like this orangey, reddish bits in there. So I thought this is going to be pretty cute at the end with the Rustic Red peeking through. Oh, the master of disasters. And it's best at the moment again. So I'm just gonna put that to the side before I throw it even further. So that's the plan. That's the reason I've chosen the Rustic Red for underneath. Hi Dixie Bell, thank you for having me. So yeah, this also to the side. I've got my baby wipes. I've got quite a few brushes. Scuff sanding. Normally, when you use the chalk mineral paints by Dixie Bell, you don't need to do anything to the piece apart from cleaning. As I said, this was a very shiny piece, and because it's wood underneath, I thought I don't really need to slick stick it. That's the reason. I've used the red pads by which also Dixie Bell carries to do a quick off scuff sand, and it goes easily around those curves and stuff like that. So that's the reason I've chosen those. And I start with the medium one. And I'll finish it off with the very fine, just to have it like smooth at the end. And I always clean it before I scuff sand, because I don't want to rub any of the dirt into the piece. So enough talking. Let's get going. I'm going to catch my breath. Breathe. So I'm going to bring you a little closer so you can see what we're doing to the piece. And you don't need exactly to see me. Yes, it's Emily. Is it Emily? Thank you, Emily. You're so sweet. I really appreciate you commenting so kindly onto my lives. That's very sweet. So, hi, Anka. Hi to Poland. So, that's great. Hi to Portugal. Alexandrina. Beautiful name. So, my coffee. Even it is evening over here, I need my caffeine to get going or to get through. Okay, I brought a couple of brushes. I'm going to decide which ones I'm going to use, as the area is pretty small. They have some spindles and stuff. I've brought some of the ovals, the oval small, the oval medium, and the Rustic Red in the areas I want to have the Crackle gonna show through. I've got my mini brush. I've got the premium chip brush, French tip. I see which ones I'm going to need at the end. I just wanted to have them all close. This one doesn't want to get out. Okay. So I need a little bit of room. I've got it standing on that table here. Mr. Bottle, because I want to do a little bit of blending. And so I'm first going to choose the areas where I want to have the crackle or the cracks looking or peeking through at the end. So let's see if I can get you a little closer without throwing everything. Oops. No, that's too close. I'm going to leave it a little further away. That's it. Okay. And we have like a little pretty white trim around here. There's going to go some woody bands on there. So there's quite a few things we can do to that piece. So as I said, I'm firstly going to use the Rustic Red because I don't want to have to crackle in all areas. Hi, Nina. I don't want to have the crackle everywhere. So that's the reason I'm just going to put the Rustic Red in certain areas. Bin. Where's the bin? There's the bin. So the chalk mineral paints, for those who don't know, the chalk mineral paints, they do come in 3 sizes actually. This is the biggest size, which is 32 ounces. And they come, there's like this seal on top. And you can see sometimes you open them up and there's like this skin on top there, which is no problem. This is basically when it has dried on the lid on the top, and you just take that off and you're good to go. So still chalk mineral paints, they are water-based, which means they've got no VOCs. You can work with them nicely indoors, but still you can see when you look on there, it doesn't look really rusticy red. So mix them up nicely. I've got one of those icing spatulas, which I find working really well, especially because I mostly work with the big jars, because I need quite a bit of paint. So mix that up, and you can see the consistency of those paints. They are a little thicker. They're very rich in pigments and stuff. So it's a beautiful rustic red, as the name says. So those icing spatulas, they're out of metal, so you can clean them pretty easy. Gotta be careful with my coffee. I'm not dipping my brush in there. I've done that before. I'm sure you have also. Who has dipped their brush in their coffee or tea? So I want to know who does it also, not only me. Oh God, Nina, your husband has been painting your hole, and after that you had to clean the whole day. Okay. Sounded more like I've been painting your hallway. So, okay. I'm going to choose my mini brush for applying the rustic red just in certain areas where I want to have at the end the crackle showing through. See if you can. Hi, Georgina. In my tea. Okay. All right. Hi, Susan. Hi to Sussex. So always just take a little paint. This is actually, it's the mini brush by Dixie Belle. And I've been asked quite a lot why the tips have a different color than the rest of the brush. This is also a reminder for yourself that you don't need to dip the brush deeper into your paint than the white is showing up on top here. So you don't need much paint. So that's what I'm doing now. I'm just dipping it in here. You should really, then I wipe it off. You should really pour some paint out onto a plate or something like that. Hi, Evelyn. Hi to France. Oh, hi to Paris. Beautiful. To to basically not to contaminate your paints. I mostly don't do that. I'm trying to get better. So, okay, now I'm just like laying my rustic red out. This is the first coat, guys, we're doing at the moment. So let's see. There we go. As I said, I don't want to have the crackle around everywhere. And red is usually a pretty difficult color to cover. So you can see how nicely it does. Let me put my coffee to the side. I can see my brush in there, and I can see the cup falling on the floor. What is best to get smoke smell out of your furniture? Karen, this is Boss, and that's what I've used on here also. Boss is, it blocks odors, stains, and stops bleed throughs. So that's the product you want to use. And that comes in clear, that comes in white, and that comes in gray. And it works perfectly. I've used it on this piece in clear because this is a bleeder. And I don't want to have, I want to control my paints, even there's some darker in there also. So as I said, rustic red randomly. I don't want to crackle the whole piece, just in some areas to give it some of the aged look. And there I want the rustic red basically to peek through. And that's why I'm laying it out here. That's what I'm doing first. And this table is also going to be painted underneath because that's, I'm going to show you. Because usually I don't paint my pieces inside or on the back or underneath, but as this is going to be well, covered in color, and I don't want any of the brown coming through. You know, that's the reason I'm using also the Rustic Red on here. Making a mess already. You know me, when I'm painting, just give me 5 minutes and I'm wearing the paint. So just randomly. This is a project which is going to go over a couple of series or a couple of lives. I'm not going to finish that today because I want to, you know me, I want to do all the steps together with you. I didn't do the bossing and the painting because we've done that quite a few times. Just going to go around the back and as I said, just randomly where I do want to have the crackle at the end. This is just basically, you know, crackling appears in areas where it's touched or where it's worn out, where it's been sitting in the sun. So this is the idea behind it. Turn it a little. So no real pattern, just where I think I want to have it. This is basically, you know, your fantasy, your own fantasy is your limit. There you go. And if it's too much, I can always paint over it. I like to have it over the edges because they are exposed more to touches or that you bump against it or whatever. So this is fine. A little more around here. Let's see. It's pretty heavy. It's only small, but it's a pretty heavy little bugger. So let's see. Exactly. Who needs makeup when you can wear paint? I'm not a makeup person anyway. I'm sure you must have noticed. So I wear enough paint. So, oh, never go to grocery shopping hungry. That's for sure. Not get used to the paints. What do you mean, Susan? Not get used to the. Oh, you don't know the paints yet. You've got to try them. Oh, hallo, liebe Thea. Schön, dass du da bist. So, hi, Keith. In Keys, for definite, there's quite a few retailers in the UK actually. If you pop on the Dixie Bell, can you put the link in for the where the people can look for their local retailer? You know, if you want to shop the products, guys, you know, check out your local retailer. As I said, I'm one over here in Germany, so but Dixie Bell is basically all over the world. All over the world. So that's what we're doing. Let's see, a little bit there and a little bit on top. Again, just in some of the areas. Just some of the areas. I want to have the crackling happening later. You have them when you have something in your mind and you don't really know if it's really going to, because I want to do, well, I've got a idea and I'm not quite sure if it's going to work how I want to have it, but we'll see. So I've basically done the same thing on top. I've just laid down a little bit of paint in some areas. Actually, I might this here just a bit, and those are the areas I'm basically going to lay out the crackle then. And for those who don't know Crackle is basically a medium. Hi, Becky. Hi, Ute. Hello, Silke. Is a medium where you can get those rustic cracks later on. And that's the reason that Rustic Red is the color I want to have peeks through. So that's the reason I've laid that out in some areas, because I'm not going to crackle the piece everywhere, just in some areas. So on the rest, we're going to lay down the paint now how I thought. I'm going to dry that a little. When you work with the chalk mineral paints or with any products by Dixie Well, they dry really quick. So just give them that time to dry on their own. Because one of the great benefits of the chalk mineral paints is also that they are self-leveling, which means that brush strokes basically level themselves out during the drying process. Obviously, when you go in there with a heat gun or hair dryer, you are interrupting that process. So when you see us artists working, we often use a hair dryer or a heat gun because we just want to speed up the process, and you can see at the end a little bit of the things happening. So hi Jackie, do I see any questions? Georgina, the colors, I'm going to bring the colors out in a second so you can see the colors which are going to be used. Oops, so where's my heat gun? There it is. Nobody moves. So I'm just drying that because I don't want to contaminate or mix that basically with the other colors which are coming into play now. Sorry for the noise. Hot Richie. Thank you. Florida. Oh, guys. I'm looking forward so much to when we are basically allowed to travel again or something like that. At the moment things are getting worse over here. See? If I have some brush strokes on here, it's absolutely no problem because this is more of a rustic and the Crackle is giving. Oh, hi Barry. Hi Jack Kansas. Is giving it a rustic look anyway. So Kansas. Oh, great. Okay. Now, Georgina, the colors are coming out. I'm going to use a tiny little bit of fluff, which is Dixie Well has got several whites in their chalk mineral paint range. The clearest and cleanest white is the cotton. Then they have drop cloth, which is the most famous white. It is a little bit creamy in the color, a bit of an aged white, a little creamy. So I'm just wrapping my Rustic Red brush in a baby wipe, and I'm gonna spray it. I usually put it in a plastic bag so the paint doesn't dry in the brush, because the paint dries pretty quick and holds onto just anything. Hi Patricia. Hi Ems. So I'm already looking a complete mess myself. So, and fluff is also a little bit of an aged white, which got like a little more of a grayish undertone. And then they have buttercream, which is color-wise like a buttercream. So again, same thing, mix it up nicely. And there we go. So that's basically what I do with all the paints, mixing them up before I use them. So that all the ingredients are nicely mixed. Then we have Dixon Gray, which is, as I said before, a bit of a clean gray. It's got like a slight purpley undertone. There's just like a tiny little bit left in here, so we see if that's going to be enough. And always open up another jar. So again, mix it up, even if it's just a little left, mix it up. And then we also have the blueberry. Those are basically the 3 sizes which come in the paints also. It's the, I'm just going to put you a little up. It's the 32 ounces, it is 16 ounces, and the 8 ounces. So those are the 3 sizes. And a little goes a long way. So you really don't need much for your projects. There you go. So if you're talking about the biggest jar, this jar, it goes about approximately 14 square meters with two coats. So just for a little bit of imagination. Thank you, Becky. So okay. As I said, we are not going to, a little bit of room here, side for now. Okay, put that down. And we're going to blend those a little into each other. I'm using the oval medium and the oval small. And I'm going to start with the Dixon Gray because this is going to be my main color. And hi, Karen, and I want to blend it together a little with the, again, just like a little paint on there. There's a little much I can see. That's enough to start with. You can always reload. Let's go right. So remember, the Rustic Red is the area where I want to have at the end the crackle happening. So I'm not going to paint over that. I'm just feathering in there a little. I'm working in sections. So just look at this coverage of this paint. This is so amazing. Okay, now I'm gonna grab a little bit of my, where's my, nobody moves, Mr. Bottle, there. So with blending, it's always easier to use a little bit of water. So, and that Mr. Bottle is plain water. So, go. Same thing. Tiny little bit, and I'm going to see if I need some more. This is basically just to, I want to have a little more, but this is going to be beautiful together. I'm not quite sure if I'm even going to have some of the fluff in there, because I think I quite like this. This is just giving it a little bit of the, like a slight bluish touch. Pretty pretty together, pretty pretty. So maybe we do the top together. I'm gonna bring you a little further up because you can't see that much on the sides. Hang on. I'm gonna go flying, sorry. Don't need to see my face that close. Apologies for that. So Instagram, sorry Instagram, I'm sure you didn't see anything. Now you can see a little better. So same thing on top. I'm gonna spray it a little bit also, and just laying it out and coming in with the, look at that coverage. So don't worry, it looks like a cow at the moment, like a rustic reddish cow. This is the first coat, and all my projects, the first coat is always a complete mess. I always say it's got to get worse till it gets nice. And I love this gray. This and a gravel road. I mean, they're complete opposites. Gravel road is real dirty gray. Actually, the wall you can see behind there of the base color is gravel road on there. So periwinkle. That's it. That's the word I was looking for. Periwinkle. Guys, after all, I'm German, so sometimes I'm lost for words myself or don't know how to pronounce the things properly. So I appreciate you being patient with me. Still, if you have any questions, ask. I will see if I can answer them straight away. So I'll try to see if I can cover all areas with paint first. And then the first coat is also for me to decide if I like the colors together or not. I'm going to come in with the blueberry now. Just feathering it in, keeping my paint moist so it moves a little easier together. And I'm pretty much sure I'm not going to use some fluff. I think this is just what I want to have. And don't forget, there's going to go the transfer on there later. This doesn't need to be a perfect blend. Also, I'm going to go a little bit swirly motion and have a little bit more of the blueberry on here. You can go, forth and back. You can go into swirly motions. It obviously depends which look you're going for and which blend you're going for. You can also use a neutral brush. I want to have it a little cloudy, just to brighten that a tiny little bit up. Let's see, a little bit of the blue, you can actually see. And this is just giving it like a slight little touch. The periwinkle. If it's too much, you just go back over with the Dixon Gray. Am I going to use some fluff in there or not? I haven't decided yet. I will see. Let's see. If I don't like it, I can always paint over it. I'm going to grab a small brush. Hang on. So I don't want to have much of it at all. Also dampen that a little bit. dip it just a very tiny little bit. Well, a lot of practice, a lot of years of practice. Actually, yes, I'm going to put some fluff in there, because this is just giving it a slight more cloudy look, which I like. Slight more cloudy look. Still don't want to really contaminate my white. This is going to be just irregular. It's not supposed to be any regular blending or whatsoever. Those colors are going to be randomly on here, as basically it's going to be complemented by the transfer at the end. A little bit up there. A little bit of the blueberry. It just gives it like this tiny little bit more of moving, you know, of more interest, of moving of the colors basically. Highlighting color, exactly. That's what we're doing at the moment. So. As I said, no perfect blend. I still want to have like some of the colors basically shown at the end. So, what's the time? 38 minutes. So guys, this is the first coat we're going for. Cat hair, which is pretty normal in my household with 2 cats around. So, and I'm just going to do a second coat of that rustic red because I want to have those areas covered nicely. Just going to grab my brush again, and next week that's right. That's great. Yes, blending is, you know, blending is not only about having the perfect ombre. It's also, you know, you can have cloudy effects. You can have like bold effects. So this is yeah, a lot of fun. A lot of fun. But certainly when you do blending colors into each other, choose colors which are close to each other. You can see especially the blueberry and the Mason Dixon Gray, they are very close to each other, so they move nicely into each other. And also, you know, the fluff with the blueberry, they are not too far apart, so you can blend those nicely in. On the inside, under there. Okay, I've got to do the sides also, which I haven't done yet. There we go. Those areas. I'm going to do the second coat because those areas are going to be treated special. Next time we're going to do the crackle. Next time we're going to do the crackle on there. And the crackle is going to go only onto those areas. Don't want to have the crackle all over the place. I just want to have it on those areas basically, which I'm painting in the Rustic Red at the moment. So I've got to look at it in better light later on also. And just want to have that nicely covered. Go. Round. Because you don't, you know, when you crackle your projects, you don't have to crackle them all over the place. You know, you can basically choose some areas you want to have it. It gives it even more interest at the end. And that's also the reason I'm not painting it completely in the Rustic Red. It seems a little more work at the moment, but at the same time I want to see if I like the you know, those the Mason Dixon Gray, the blueberry and the fluff together. So this is the first coat is always my trial coat, where I decide if I'm going to keep those colors or if I'm going to change something. Who else does that? Who else having the first coat as their trial coat? Jill, you're inspired. That's good. Ute, dann kannst du da ja noch mal drüber gehen. Dann würde ich einfach noch mal eine dritte Schicht machen. Dann hast du wahrscheinlich vielleicht ein bisschen zu viel Wasser genommen. Das heißt, dass oder zu wenig Wasser vielleicht auch, dass die untere Schicht nicht reaktiviert wurde. Weil das ist im Prinzip beim Blenden nachher, wenn du das einsprühst, dass die Oberfläche oder dass die Farbschicht da unten drunter reaktiviert wird. Also entweder zu wenig Wasser, dass das nicht passiert ist, oder zu viel, dass du die Farbe zu sehr verdünnt hast. Das ist so ein bisschen ja, Fingerspitzengefühl. Aber dann gehst du nochmal drüber. Dritte Schicht, kein Problem. The question was just from one of my German friends that she blended a bright color and a very dark color together, and after the second coat you could see basically the transition line. And as I said, it is more difficult if the colors are pretty much apart to blend them together. You can do it, but you need a wider range, you know. And if you still have like a harsh line, I said either you've used not enough water to reactivate the paint underneath from the first coat, because that's basically what we want to do when we do the ombre effect. We want to reactivate, because that's a nice thing about the chalk mineral paints, they're water-based. You can reactivate the coat underneath, and the second coat, then it makes the ombre a little more fluent. So either it wasn't enough water to reactivate it, or it maybe was too much water, so the second coat, the paint was too much watered down. So but if you're not happy, just go over it again. You know, this is it's only paint. You know, and if I decide if this is dry and I decide I don't like the colors together, you know, I do it again. I use some different colors. You know, this is why I always like to use the colors on the first coat and go from there. So guys, I hope you can see where this is going. I'm gonna see if I can bring it a little closer. So this is a bit of a cloudy effect and cow effect, as you can see with the Rustic Red in there. Oh, this guy is heavy. This guy is heavy. But I think I quite like that. A little bit of that fluff in there is just giving it the right amount of interest, I find. I hope you like it too, my friends. I'm gonna let you go, and the next week we are gonna do the there we go. We are going to do the Crackle, so the fun begins. Hi, Deborah. Michelle, you can send the lines between lightly That's correct. You can also do that. Yeah, I didn't think about that. That's correct. You can also send the lines in between and paint a little over it if you want to do that. So, oh, hi, Amy. Long time not see you. I hope you're all right, girl. So I hope your little fur baby is better also now. Okay, my friends. I'm happy you joined me tonight. Let's see if Instagram can see me also. There we go. I'm happy you joined me tonight. My name is Angela. I'm the owner of Creative Energy from Elfen and Helden. I'm a primary retailer over here in Frankfurt in Germany. If you watch replay and have any questions, just tag me in the comments so I get a notice that you had a question. Otherwise, I'll be very happy if you sprinkle this video. If you pop over to my page, leave me a like there. If you want to shop the products, pop over to the Dixie Belle page and check for your local retailer. Yeah, so thank you, Dixie Belle, for having me. And I see you next Tuesday when we're going to do the crackling. That'll be fun. I hope this works out what I have in mind. This is not going to be a normal crackling. So I've got something in my mind. I hope that works. Guys, you take care. I'll see you next week. Ta-da.